Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Upton, which I've been misnaming as Upton Farm. It is just Upton, where today we are doing some ploughing in the John Deere 7R, which somebody said was too big for a dairy farm. I agree, this isn't a dairy farm, it's a mixed farm. We've got the John Deere chill plough in the back because I love this thing. Yes, I'm using it on both maps at the moment because it's a good plough. It's probably the best plough I've got. And I'm going to be taking life a bit easy today. Going to be just cruising along at 11-12 kilometers an hour, doing some ploughing. Field 9 does need to be done. And you know what I'm going to do is while I'm here. Field 9, 6 meters. That is... Gonna have to go back up to the other side of the field to get the starting point. Because we're gonna go current vehicle position 6 headlands, 4 after even. Actually, 4 headlands should do, in theory. And we're gonna get courseplay ready just for when the time comes to actually get courseplay going, because I won't be doing this on a persistent basis. I'm just going to use courseplay to do most of it. You can see we're making decent progress. What I would like is a bigger cultivator, because this is the same size as our cultivator. This is about as the widest we can work, but that is good. The reason I'm setting the course to 6 meters, there's a reason I'm doing that. That is because I can use this course for both the cultivator and the plough. So I can set the plough off and set the cultivator to essentially follow it. Albeit limited to the same speed, because the cultivator can go much faster, and then I can bring in the seeder in behind that and do all 3 passes in one go, which is unrealistic, yes, but yeah, you can do it in game, so why not? So we're kind of struggling going up the hill here. I do have my foot flat to the floor, or flat to as far down as my pedal will go. It's hit the stop. I'll put it that way. It's hit the stop at the pedal. I can't go any faster than this. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually drive around here real quick and just get a starting point set. So the starting point I actually want to be, and this is going to be determining the end point, oddly enough, here. So we'll save this as F9 6 meters. Indicate 5 headlands after. 4 headlands, but okay, literally some headlands after. Now we're not going to be using courseplay for this, so we can close courseplay down again. We are using GPS, which for once actually is the correct sounding sound, because I'm using a John Deere, and I do have John Deere Green Star sounds, because it sounds a lot better than the default GPS sounds. Green Star sounds are technically a mod from FS15, they'll still work as just a sound file. If I really wanted to, I could actually record myself saying GPS started and GPS finished, as well as nearing the end of the field, and that would actually work for GPS. It's just WAV files that it uses, so I could do that in theory. I'm not going to, because it'd be a bit odd hearing me talking every time I use GPS. But let's get this thing running as quickly as we can. Do you know what, actually, I'm gonna get courseplay to do this. Let's see if this wants to work. Start course at first waypoint, wherever that is. It's gonna get a bit confused. Where's the first waypoint? Where is the first waypoint? We're here. The first waypoint is up over there. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the deer's gonna head to the first waypoint and start ploughing the field first. Let's see how it does this, because that's a really tight turn for courseplay. In fact, it's too tight for courseplay. Let's get it spun around here real quick. Start the first waypoint. Now it's gonna actually work somewhat. We'll let that do its thing. And what we will do is... Oh, I should mention I got rid a couple of little housekeeping things. Where am I in relation to the shop? Can I teleport over to... Is there anything over the shop I can teleport into? No. But I can... Nope. Visit the shop. Swapped out the Welger baler because that couldn't be fixed. I've swapped out for the Massey Ferguson 125F. The class rake I broke, and it's unfixable annoyingly. So I've swapped out for the Kuhn GA 9531 Master Drive. Also got these bios during the streams. I haven't tested them yet. We'll get to them in time. What I want to do today, it was going to be the ploughing, but then I realized it'd take an age. Is, yeah, we'll finish this harvest over here. We'll get working with the Fendt. Now I know I've just done a similar video on the West Coast, where I was doing... No, I didn't. I lie. I was going to do a similar video on the West Coast, but I realized there was very little harvesting to actually do, so I did that off camera. I literally started recording the video, realized that it would take all of about 10 minutes to do the harvest, then changed my mind, dumped the recording, and did something else instead. Now, if we do finish this, that's fine. We can get the class on the front of the baler, and we can bale this field up. Now, the issue is going to be, and this is going to be problematic for me in the long term, is going to be moving the bales. You can see our money is dipping down, or ticking down slowly, because we are using technically a hard worker with courseplay. You can also see we've got the Massey 240 actually doing something. It is pulling the header trailer around. So I found another use for it other than mowing that one field. There is also a field that still needs to be baled. Apparently I missed it. Those of you who didn't watch the streams, by the way, the Welger baler was used literally once for like 2 fields. It's good. It's not great. It's on the mod hub. I wouldn't recommend it. There's better balers out there. Like, being honest. And before somebody jumps on me and says, "Oh, you're disrespecting modders," no, I completely respect modders. It's just the way that the mod comes together isn't good, and I'm not entirely sure how it will be possible to fix it. Because I tried to fix it. I really, really did. And for some reason, putting normals on it broke it. Because it has no normals. That's an issue I didn't realize. Putting normals on it broke the textures. Changing the textures, it just changed the textures, didn't do much. But then I had a look at the cube maps, because I thought it didn't have a cube map. No, it did, and for whatever reason it's just not working. So there's more to that mod than meets the eye, and it's not worth bothering with. I also promised Landykid I would fix the John Deere 7710 that he uses. And for whatever reason, deleting the cube maps off of that breaks the mod entirely. And I'm not entirely sure why. But yeah, taking the cube maps off that, and I'll give it another go at some point. Whatever I did, I broke that mod so it wouldn't save in GE, which is always fun. What else have I been doing mod-wise? Yes! I should actually show you guys, because if I come over to the Deutzfahr Agrostar, you guys remember this thing had German number plates. Well, it's now got Tipperary number plates, legitimate Irish number plates front and back. I did retexture both of them. The number plate reads 91 Tipperary South, which is the area I'm from. 31225, which, if you look that up and relate it to the alphabet, D, that's C. Should be 41225. Well, it says cave, not Dave. That... nuts. Well, that number plate can stay as 31225. I'll change the number plate of the New Holland on the west coast to be 41225. So that it actually reads Dave in numbers. Because in Ireland we have just numbers, there's no letters in our number plates. The only letters are to designate what county it was bought or what area of what county. Albeit TS is now gone. If you see me with anything that's from 2014, I think, upwards, it'll be just the letter T. Used to be TS and TN, that was merged into just T. Although I'm still adamant that it should have been a TY plate. Because the TY would have looked nicer. The T just looks out of place on its own with nothing beside it. But that's neither here nor there. Irish number plates. A whole language for you to understand. But how they work is, it's the year that it was bought, which in the case of that Deutz Agrostar is 91. I did look up actual data on when the Deutz Agrostar was being built. It was, I think, 91 to 93, so that was one of the first models. And then the county in which it was bought, Tipperary South, which I think there's a Deutz dealership around here. There might well have been in the 90s, so I'm going to stick by that. And then the order in which it was bought. So number plates start with either 1 or 2. Some counties have the number 1 actually sidelined for municipal vehicles. I kid you not, the mayors of certain areas get their own number plate that is, we'll say, the mayor of Dublin is, we'll say, 142. Oh yeah, as of 2013, it is now every 6 months the number plate changes. So it used to be 13, or, you know, 00, 01, 02, 03. Since 2013, it's 131 for the first 6 months of the year, and then 132, etc. for the second 6 months of the year. So the number plates change in July here, and January. So in Dublin it'd be like 141D1 for the mayor's car, because that's sidelined exclusively for use by the mayor. So all number plates in Dublin actually start with 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. So that Deutz would have been the 31,225th vehicle sold in South Tipperary in 1991. I don't know if there were that many vehicles sold in South Tipperary in 1991, but that's the way the number plate system works, and it just allows me to spell out cave, apparently. Which was a fail on my part, but oh well. By the way, keep an eye on the number plates that I do. The numbers will always mean something. If I retexture a number plate onto something, the numbers will always spell something. So, I might not always say what it is, but there will always be that as a little Easter egg in the vehicles within videos. So, yeah. For example, Fahy's Fend reads Fahy, F-A-H-Y, if you look at the numbers that are on the number plate. I know there hasn't been a multiplayer for a while, by the way. We're working on that. Might not be one this weekend either, because it's 12 minutes past 7 on Monday, and I should really have all of my recording done already. But this is the first video I'm recording today, because I've been having a lazy day, and it's not gone well. Fingers crossed I'll actually be up at a reasonable time tomorrow. Like noon would be great, because then I could record all the videos and get multiplayer done. But I don't know. I really don't know what the rest of my week is going to entail. It's gonna be a fun one though. Definitely gonna be fun. So what are we at here? 90 something percent. Come on, 91%. Full of barley. We're gonna get this harvest done fairly sharpish, which means we can break out the baler. I actually want to go and deal with the round bales. I can't remember which field they're in though. I know that's somewhere on the yard side of the map. Well, I know it's on this side of the map, and I know it's on the yard side of the road. But I can't remember which field exactly it is, and I can't remember how to get in there. I'm like that today. It's one of those situations where I've somehow got into a field and I can't remember how. I may have to teleport. So let's get the class, which is here. We'll turn on head tracking, why not? So the Fent should be over here. Well, it will be over here, I should say. There it is. The in-cab sounds seem very quiet today. Have I done something to the volumes? Yes, it's... That would explain it. It's literally half of what it used to be. So we'll get this emptied, and then we'll... I wonder, can I run the Massey baler off the 240? I'd like to see if I could run the round baler off 240. Definitely I can run it off the 698. Definitely I can run it off the Deutzfahr. But I don't know if I can run it off the 240. Obviously the class and the John Deere will be perfectly fine. But why is that? That's interesting. The head tracking kind of doesn't exactly know what I'm doing when I get to that point. I'm guessing it's that it's just goes slightly out of... Oh, that's why. Yeah, it's just slightly out of focus. I'm going to try it here in the Fend. Slightly less jittery, it'll have to do. Now, forwards. We'll do this the in-cab way for the rest of this field, just for funsies. Get the rest of this in here now, and we should have a lot of barley in storage because we've harvested now all the barley fields that we started off with, at least. So there should be a decent amount of barley in storage. There is a lot of potatoes on the map, a lot of sugar beets on the map, so we're not going to be running short on crops for sure. What else? Yes, this is a newer version of the map. I did mention this in the stream. This is a newer version of the map than I have been playing in videos as of late. What I've done recently is, actually in the stream, I regenerated the cultivator density GDM, and what that does is basically resets where the fields actually are, because Lancey made some changes and it ended up looking like there were buildings just in a cultivated field for no apparent reason. That was because the cultivator density GDM was technically wrong, and that was the engine I just turned off, not the harvester itself. I was wondering why it wasn't moving, because we're going to need to move the harvesters at least over to one side of the field so that it's out of the way. The same with the class. Pipe is out, but I can't quite see it. That's a bit of a downfall, isn't it? That you gotta kind of lean to see the pipe. Interesting design feature there from Fent. Just turned up. I kind of wish I had VR and Farm Sim was in VR, because that'd be kind of amazing for this. Because I think the wheel that I use is about the same size as the wheel in most tractors. Am I actually over the... There we go, we're over the trailer there. That'll do. We'll just turn off the class as well, and we'll grab... Yeah, we'll grab the 240. We'll test this out. We'll teleport her over to the shop here. Really don't know if this is going to work, but this will be hilarious if it does. The baler's bigger than the tractor. This thing is, yeah, a bit probably misscaled. But we can test it without even having to leave the shop. Ah, insufficient power available for the attached equipment. So back over to field 40 this goes, and we can leave it at the edge there. Into the... Yeah, let's use the aggro star for this, actually. We can teleport this over to the shop. Because I haven't used the aggro star much, and I want to show off my new number plate. I haven't changed anything else about the mod, just the number plate and the colour of the boundaries, because in Ireland it's black, in Germany it's apparently greeny. Don't know if that's true to life or not, but that's the way the mod was. I think it's this field here. No. It's this one right next... No, it's this one over... This one... This one! Haha! Which is accessible via the... Oh, the road there. Okay, I see it. I see where I goofed. 'Cause yeah, there's the exact entrance to the field. And what we need to do... Let's get the baler unfolded, I guess, and turned on. So we can start baling up the grass, like so. Wonderful. Now I've heard there's been people having issues with this baler, and I'm not entirely sure what those issues are. Hopefully I don't find them. This is supposedly going to create 4,000 litre bales. It did. Huh. I don't know what the issues people are complaining about with this baler actually are. So if you've had issues with this baler, leave what they were in the comments below. I'm interested in hearing about issues. Because I might, fingers crossed, potentially be able to fix at least some of them. Continue on with this baling. You can see that it is, while it's a small baler, it is producing full-size bales, 4-foot bales. Granted, a baler this old would be making some very, very loose bales, and grass bales tend to not be very tightly wound to begin with. Grass doesn't really compact very well, which might sound weird. It doesn't compact very well, so it ends up with kind of chaotic bales, which is why grass bales are usually, well, always used for silage. But it's why they tend to be, if you watch any videos, they tend to be kind of shapeless until the wrap starts getting put on. That's when square bales become square, as opposed to just kind of formless cuboids. And round bales become properly round with edges. Until then, they're kind of a bit squishy. It's the wrappers that give the grass bales shape, not the bales themselves. For the most part. The bales obviously do have a base shape, but it's the wrappers hold it together. Which is something the farm sim unfortunately doesn't really simulate at all. I mean, grass bales do not roll. They tend to be so lightly packed that they just don't roll at all, because the grass just compresses at the bottom, and the weight of it pushes down on the grass, and it immediately forms a flat spot. Which, by the way, is why a lot of bales tend not to roll. So I'm kind of a bit more watching on my time than usual, because it is 7:30. I usually have my dinner around now, so I'm just kind of half waiting on a knock on the door. This video might have a very sudden ending. With some post commentary at the end. Whoop! Or some strange noises towards the end at the very least. Because, yeah. So during the streams of the weekend, you guys were saying some interesting things to me. And not in the bad way, don't worry, not in the bad way. You guys are saying you go to other YouTubers for kind of factual stuff and realism and all that. You come to me for chaos and humor and personality. And as silly as that sounds, you know, I'd love to think of myself as this super serious person. I know I'm not. So I'm kind of proud that you guys see me as a personality as opposed to a farm sim person. I know that almost all the videos are farm sim and the most watched ones are farm sim, but I'm glad that you come for the personality and not the game, because let's face it, farm sim isn't the most exciting game. And I do, you know, tend to wear my emotions on my sleeve a bit. So if I don't like something, I'll be very, very, very honest about it. Before anybody asks, by the way, I did download some mods off the mod hub today, being Monday. I downloaded... What did I download? The IMT 533, I'll be reskinning that into a Massey 35. I don't know why they uploaded the IMT version, not the Massey version. I'll be reskinning that into a Massey. And I also downloaded the JCB 7000 by Peter J, because JCB, I like JCB. JCB are good. And old Massey are good. Not IMT. IMT not so good. Even though it's literally the same tractor, but I prefer the Massey version of it. The original is always the best when it comes to tractors, and an authorized reproduction by IMT is not as good as the Massey Ferguson original. I don't care if you like IMT, that is a fact. That is my fact. True facts right there. Come on, close door. Thank you. There we go. Away we go again. What else did I have a look at that looked interesting? The Oshkosh pack I haven't downloaded, but I'll probably give a look to... I'll probably actually consult Landy, because he tends to be the expert on military, kind of big military stuff. Considering I thought Oshkosh was a Russian brand and it's actually American. It's got a Russian sounding name though, so I can... That's my excuse. Also, before anybody says anything, I know this baler's probably not actually made for grass. I know it's probably made for straw and hay, but I'm using it for grass because, hey, Farm Sim doesn't discriminate. And just looking at, I just saw the rollers on it. They don't look like grass rollers at all. They look like straw and hay rollers. This baler probably wouldn't be able to handle grass in real life. Probably shouldn't be able to handle grass in the game, but hey, because balers can handle grass, hay, and straw in the game, because hey, why should there be a difference? I'm using it for grass. Just clean up some bits here, see if we can get another bale out of it all. Doesn't look like it, so we'll just, do you know what, yeah, we'll knife and just shut down in the middle of the field like that. Let's swap to the Massey 600 698T. Where is the entrance to that field then? If I come out of here, and I am fully aware of the very, 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 very low fuel situation, don't worry. If I come around here, should be a turn off just on the corner here. Yes, there it is. There's a C-130 flying overhead. Is it a C-130? It was a shadow, but I couldn't quite make out what it was. I'm gonna say it's a C-130. Could be something else entirely. Aircraft fans, correct me please. Because it did look like it had 4 jet engines as opposed to turboprops. And I know the C-130 is a turboprop aircraft, not a jet aircraft. So don't worry, aircraft buffs, I got your back right here. If it is a C-130, it's got the wrong engine type. If it's not, I don't know what it is. Could it be a 7... It couldn't be a 737, could it? No, it couldn't be, because it's got 4 engines. Might be a 747. Why can I not pick this bale up, by the way? So I've just rammed into the hedge, effectively. I'm trying to pick up this bale, which was abandoned in the hedge. Can I also knock this one out of the hedge? Or at least mostly out of the hedge. No. Is it coming past again? Oh no, that's the invisible plane. Right. Let's get this bale unloaded, and you can see... You can actually see that the wrapped round bales are a bit less defined than the unwrapped ones. That's the way that it is in real life. Because where's the bale gone now? Oh, there it is, I can see it. It's just about visible in the hedge. Hedges do have collisions, but they're down the middle, so bales can, as you can see, get stuck in them. Because Lancey's got a habit of making his hedges really quite big, highly scaled. How are the cows and sheep, or the cows doing for food, actually? Because I've just realised that we haven't really been taking care of them for a little bit. They need grass, they need grass. Forgot that the cows actually need grass. That's problematic, to say the least. Because it means one of two things. Either I've got to buy a forage wagon. Let's have a look at some prices here. Either I've got to buy a forage wagon, which is going to be at least 31,000, or I could be cheapo and buy a Profi hopper. I think the Profi hopper might be a better option. Because I can make a big grass pile. I realistically need a second trailer for the plan that I kind of have in mind. What's the cheapest decent sized trailer I could get? I've got an idea and I don't know if it'll work. So that's 8,000 litres. That's effectively, no, that's not big enough. 8,500. Let's go over here. 15,000 wouldn't be bad. 14 ton Herbst. 14 ton Herbst is kind of winning this little battle here. Yeah, it's looking like I'll get the Herbst. So the plan is, this is going to sound a bit silly, I dump onto the ground with a Profi hopper. I then get a trailer, or a front loader with a bucket, and load into the Herbst, which can store the grass. And by doing that, I can dump the grass as and when I need to. 14,000 litres right there and then, as I go. So I can have a giant pile of grass sat in a grass field by the cows. Possibly even the cow meadow, because, hey, why not? And load it as I need, as the trailer empties, I can load it into the trailer. So I got 14,000 litres of grass ready to go. At all times. Is it a waste of a 14-ton trailer? Probably, but I can double that trailer up to do manure and stuff. And because everything on this map gets dirty hilariously quickly, I can get a power washer down to the cow area and use that to, steam clean it and do whatever you would to get trailers from a muck carrying job to a not muck, actual food for animals carrying job. That bale has gone almost entirely into the fence over here, so I'm going to line up a bit odd here. And I realize we are running a bit over what I usually do. So I'm going to grab this bale and free the Massey while saying, I've been RainbowDave, You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Upton by Lancyboi. Lancy, I'm sorry that I kept screwing up the name of the map. From now on, you know you can correct me if needs be. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.